Most people believe the secret to staying fit after 65 is simple: just keep walking. Doctors love step counts, pedometers cheer every footfall, and neighbors brag about 10,000 step days as if they're Olympic medals. Yet an emerging body of research now warns that past a certain age, logging mile after mile can backfire, wearing out joints, draining muscle, and quietly sabotaging balance. A Harvard geriatrician recently told his patients, if you treat walking like a magic pill and swallow an overdose, you'll end up too weak to open the bottle. Today we're pulling back the curtain on why endless walks may be selling seniors a dangerous illusion of safety, and we'll reveal 6 smarter habits that protect strength, stabilize balance, and still keep you moving with confidence. Stay to the end because habit 6 sounds almost trivial, yet physical therapists say it prevents more falls than fancy gym machines. If you're finding value already, type 1 in the comments so I know you're listening. And tap subscribe so you never miss the next lifeline your future self will thank you for. Picture Margaret and Paul, both 68. Each morning, Margaret slips on cushioned sneakers and circles her neighborhood for an hour. She feels virtuous, but by evening her knees throb and rising from the sofa requires 2 pushes. Paul also loved long walks, until a sports medicine doctor asked him to experiment. For a month, Paul cut his mileage in half, swapping extra laps for targeted routines we'll outline in a moment. 30 days later, he climbed his daughter's porch steps without grabbing the rail. Same age, same city, radically different outcomes. Why? Because after 65, the body stops responding to exercise the way it did at 40. Walking alone maintains cardiovascular health, yes, but it doesn't deliver the multi-dimensional stimulus muscles, joints, and inner ear receptors need to stay resilient. In fact, repetitive heel-to-toe pounding can accelerate cartilage wear and sap the fast-twitch fibers you rely on to catch yourself when you trip. The solution isn't to become sedentary, it's to walk strategically and pour energy into a 6-part blueprint that rebuilds what endless strolls ignore. First up is resistance-based leg training. Think of it as installing new shock absorbers before the old ones blow out. Doctors now advise seniors to replace 2 walking sessions a week with 15 minutes of chair squats, wall sits, and mini lunges, using only body weight or light dumbbells. These moves recruit quads, glutes, and hamstrings far more intensely than strolling flat sidewalks, triggering hypertrophy that keeps you rising from low seats with ease. Researchers at the University of Sydney followed adults over 65 for a year and found those who performed just 3 sets of chair squats every other day added enough muscle to reduce fall risk by 40%. Margaret dismissed squats as too strenuous and paid with stiff knees. Paul treated them like brushing his teeth. Non-negotiable. The difference became visible when the first icy morning hit and Paul stepped over slick patches without hesitation. If you're still with me, drop a quick number 2 in the comments, so your quads remember. Habit 2 targets the forgotten stabilizers along your hips. Side-lying leg lifts and monster band walks may look silly, yet weak hip abductors are a silent driver of shuffling gait and dangerous sideways tumbles. One physical therapy study revealed that 80% of seniors who fractured a hip scored poorly on a simple 10-second single-leg stance months earlier. Strengthening the muscles that hold the pelvis level can restore that balance test in weeks. Slide an inexpensive loop band above your knees. Take 10 slow steps right, 10 left, and feel those gluteus medius fibers wake up. Perform 2 rounds daily, ideally after squats when muscles are warm. Paul tapes a reminder to the TV remote, bands before binge watching. Third comes proprioceptive balance drills. Walking trains rhythm but rarely challenges your brain's GPS. By 65, the tiny sensors in your ankles need sharper signals. Stand barefoot on a folded towel, close your eyes, and attempt to hold steady for 20 seconds. When that's easy, progress to standing on one leg while brushing your teeth. The goal isn't heroics. It's teaching your nervous system to correct wobbles instantly. Physical therapists call it preloading the reflex, and studies show 5 minutes a day slashes mishaps on curbs and door thresholds. Habit 4 shocks many seniors: purposeful power moves. Think quick sit-to-stand pop-ups or light kettlebell swings using a grocery bag filled with rice. Aging preferentially erodes fast-twitch fibers, the ones that fire in under 150 milliseconds when you stumble. Slow endurance walking neglects them. 2 short sets of controlled, explosive movements, 2 or 3 times a week, keep these fibers alive. Start by rising from a chair as fast as comfort allows. Pause, sit slowly, repeat 8 times. As confidence grows, hold a 2-pound object. Researchers from McMaster University recorded a 30% improvement in reactive stepping speed in seniors who practiced chair pop-ups for a month. That speed translates directly into catching yourself when life throws an unexpected pothole at your path. If that sounds doable, type number 3 below, because commitment begins with acknowledgement. The 5th element seems unrelated to balance, but silently governs every muscle contraction. Adequate protein, timed around activity. Walkers often eat breakfast, wander out midday, then delay dinner until evening, leaving muscles unfed during their prime rebuilding window. Current geriatric nutrition guidelines recommend at least 25 grams of high-quality protein within an hour after strength or balance work to maximize synthesis. Paul blends a Greek yogurt smoothie with whey and berries right after his band walks. Margaret usually waits until dinner for her protein, and her recovery suffers. If red meat isn't your style, opt for lentils, cottage cheese, or a soy shake. The key is timing, not brand. Aim for 1 gram of protein per kilogram of body weight spread over 3 meals, with a robust serving front-loaded near exercise. Your muscles don't care about culinary trends. They crave amino acids on schedule. Finally, habit 6, foot and ankle mobility you can perform while sitting on the sofa. Doctors call feet the body's first responders, yet stiff ankles reduce stride length, force hips to over-rotate, and topple your balance chain. Every evening, circle each ankle 10 times clockwise, 10 counterclockwise, then flex and point your toes 20 times. Follow with gentle self-massage along the plantar fascia using a tennis ball. These micro moves boost joint lubrication and remind sensory nerves where space begins and ends, a concept called kinesthetic awareness. Seniors who adopt nightly ankle hygiene routines regain 2 degrees of dorsiflexion on average, the difference between clearing a doorstep and catching a toe. It may sound mundane, but physiatrists report that consistent ankle care correlates with the lowest fall statistics in community-dwelling adults. If you promise to roll that tennis ball before bed, comment number 4 and inspire others to do the same. So where does regular walking fit? Doctors are clear. Keep cardiovascular strolls, but treat them like a healthy side dish, not the whole entree. Cap daily distance around 5,000 to 6,000 deliberate steps, preferably on varied terrain, and use the time you free up, roughly 20 minutes, to weave in the 6 habits. A sample week might look like this. Monday, short walk plus leg resistance and hip band circuit. Tuesday, brisk walk and proprioception drills. Wednesday, power pop-ups and ankle care. Thursday, rest or light gardening. Friday, repeat Monday. Saturday, community stroll with friends. Sunday, gentle yoga and protein-rich brunch. Total time commitment? About 40 minutes a day. Yet the payoff is the ability to rise effortlessly when the grandkids call, carry groceries without wobbling, and climb porch stairs 2 at a time when rain threatens. Margaret eventually tried the program after her doctor warned that knee cartilage doesn't send out repair crews on its own. Within 12 weeks, she halved her walk mileage, adopted the 6 habits, and surprised herself by hiking a modest trail that once intimidated her. She emailed Paul, "Turns out less walking was the best walking advice I ever heard." You can send a future version of yourself the same message. Take a moment now. Which of the 6 habits feels hardest? Write it in the comments. Naming the beast is the first swing of the sword. Then, tomorrow, perform that habit for just 5 minutes. Consistency beats intensity every time, especially after 65 when recovery slows. Mark a calendar square for each day you complete all 6. Streaks become addictive, and your brain loves visible proof of progress. Before we wrap, a quick medical note. Always consult your healthcare provider before starting new exercise, particularly if you have heart conditions, joint replacements, or uncontrolled blood pressure. Modify ranges to stay pain-free. Slight discomfort is acceptable, stabbing pain is not. And remember, hydration, dehydrated muscles cramp, and cramping torpedoes balance. If today's lesson replaced confusion with clarity, smash the like button so more seniors can sidestep the walking trap. Subscribe with the bell because next week we're unveiling the 2 sleep positions that shield your spine after 70. Until then, may your steps be intentional, your legs be strong, and your balance feel as steady as your determination.